on in. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to a educational episode of I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying Black Panther 2. Rock with me, nation. Come on, y'all. And before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. Why? Because if you know me, growing, sharing this caring. Come on, let's talk about it. Black Panther 2. Yes. This is my official, unofficial review of the upcoming Black Panther 2 movie. So y'all stay with me. What's up, D. Steezel? Love me some Folgers in my cup. Oh man, listen, we gonna talk. We gonna keep this thing a buck, cause we comic book fans, right? You know, I ain't. Well, y'all know I'm a comic book fan. I don't have anything as luxurious in my title as nerd or blurred or anything like that. And the reason for that is because that would, focus my target group, my demographic. If I say I'm a nerd and I got that in my title, then I got to talk about all things nerdy. And I like sports. When I was in high school, people was confused by me because I read comic books, but I played football. And I was a ladies' man. So it was kind of like I didn't fall in any real demographic and everything like that. So my channel, I ain't saying, I'm just saying. But that don't mean I don't possess the knowledge though. So Black Panther 2 really should be called Atlantis or the Rising of Namor. Really should be. They got the stuff in there that they're doing. It's a Namor origin story. And they're redoing the Namor's origin. They're redoing Namor's origin. Can you picture Clark Kent not coming from Krypton? What about Bruce Wayne, parents not dying in Crime Alley? What about Matthew Murdock not having them chemicals in his eyes when he pushed the elderly gentleman out the way? Yeah. Essentially what we're getting with Namor is we're getting a what if story. Kind of like what Marvel was doing with the what if cartoons. This isn't Namor's actual origin story. Some people don't find that relevant. Those generally are the movie fans that don't really give a damn about that. Nerds and blurs though, I love me some Folgers in my cup. Nerds and blurs don't have a tendency to care about stuff like that. Blurs focus more on black superheroes, at least black characters, all things black. That's what blurs have a tendency to focus on because it's blurred. It's right there in their name, regardless of how they spell it, whether they spell it B-L-E-R-D or B-L-U, like Ernie, Blurred Without Fear, black nerd, mostly black comics. That's what he does. As a matter of fact, the comics that he reviews, they all got black characters in them, whether it's mostly black characters, only black character, or a key black character. That's what blurs do. Movie reviewers, just my opinion, they give just their opinion. They don't say that they nerds or blurs. It's just my opinion. It's for a target audience. Actually, just my opinion. It's kind of like similar to, his channel was, I don't know, but because everybody can do their thing. But it's kind of like the same thing. His stick is, hey, I'm just going to give my opinion and walk away. Why? Because everybody got an opinion. It's hard to get mad at somebody for having an opinion because that means you're opening yourself up for people to get mad at you about having an opinion. So just my opinion. He gives his opinion and just walk away. Kind of like, hey, I ain't saying, I'm just saying, and walk away. But now if I say I'm a nerd, and I could, because y'all seen my Black Panther helmet. Y'all saw my Black Panther necklace. I got to get me a new one. Wore it too long. Hey, things get old. And I gotta get my bracelet and everything like that. But y'all see the action figures. Y'all see the comic books. You hear the knowledge. I never have to tell you who the hell I am. You just gonna say, Theo know his shit. With that being said, Black Panther 2, Namor's origin story, well, they're going to make Namor Aztecan. Crazy because they got Aztecan superheroes already in Marvel that are actually Aztec superheroes. No, with Namor, Namor's a white guy. His dad is white. His dad is a white Irishman from Boston, Massachusetts. He is. He ain't got a bit of color in him, except for the Atlantean blue. Backstories are important. Nerds know this, because we're not finna mess with Peter Parker's backstory, are we? He's always gonna get bitten by that radioactive spider. It is what it is. I wish you would, because the Jewish community is already up in arms because, and rightfully so, because Peter Parker isn't being portrayed as Jewish. That's like how they felt about Mark Spector. Moon Knight. Accuracy matters. Nerds know this. Nerds care about this. Because the whole reason they want to go see the character in the movie theater is because they read about the character in a book. And in reading about that character in the book, they want to make sure that character's story is as close to the book as possible. I laugh, I get amused when people say they don't care, because honestly, you would never make such a statement about Harry Potter. You would never be so dismissive, so flamboyant, so cavalier in your comments about Harry Potter, James Bond, and any of those other well-established white characters. But with characters of color, you can be flippant, dismissive even, all the while acting like it's an opinion that really hides ignorance about knowledge. Let's talk about Namor, the dude that made his appearance in the early 1900s when Marvel wasn't even called Marvel Comics. So he does outdate Black Panther, T'Challa. He does. While T'Challa made his first appearance as a hero, Namor made his initial appearance as a villain. Landfall. He took on, there were no Earth's mightiest heroes when he came around, just regular humans. But Captain America redeemed Namor. Namor joined the invaders, led by Captain America, Bucky, Human Torch, and Toro, Union Jack, and Spitfire. Namor fans would want these stories told because those are actually some pretty good stories. Oh, the invaders? Some great stories. Great period piece movies too. Because you know what? We don't get a lot of period piece superhero movies. But the invaders, that would make for a great movie. Marvel, you missed the boat again on that one, because you actually could have bought back Chris Evans to do some invader movies, because he said for him to come back and be Captain America, it would have to serve a purpose. Well, what would have been better? The only person you would have had to kick out of this thing was Bucky, because he was frozen in ice. Damn. Or you could just make Namor a member of the invaders. Namor, you could say the Human Torch came around, Toro, Union Jack, and Spitfire. You ain't even got to use Captain Bucky, because y'all always changing stuff, right? You could have had the invaders, Sans, Bucky, and Cap. Could have been a great Namor story, great Namor origin story. But you don't want to tell that. And some people like Cappy. Let's look at the visual aesthetics of the upcoming movie. T'Challa, Black Panther, because this video is Black Panther 2 related, right? T'Challa is in Black Panther 2. Illness or dying in battle, one of the two. Supposedly, Nakia is pregnant. If you plan on having him die in battle, and people don't like this visual, this optic, but I get it, especially if you plan on him dying in battle. I'd have changed this my damn self, and I'd have gave y'all every reason in the world why I was doing it that had nothing to do with the real one. Because we've actually had brown people actually mention this on the message boards. They're happy about Namor, not happy about T'Challa dying. Definitely don't want T'Challa dying at the hands of Namor, because they can only imagine how that's going to look. Kevin Feige knows how that's going to look. See, you got to be careful when people start race swapping heroes and you okay with it, because you never know when the race swap might be beneficial to do something it has no business doing. To my brothers and sisters out there, if T'Challa does fall in battle with Namor, Don't look at him falling in battle to a brown person. No, he fell in battle to a white person that he's never fell in battle to. Yes, while Namor does predate T'Challa, Namor has never beaten T'Challa. Unless you count him having outside help by the Phoenix Force, in which he flooded Wakanda. He was able to flood Wakanda because he had the Phoenix Force. Namor paid for that twice. Atlantis definitely paid for it one time. Shuri led the Hattusarazi and the Dora Milaje to Atlantis, and they mass murdered hundreds of Atlanteans in retaliation for that. Yeah. T'Challa wasn't done though. When the Black Order came to Wakanda, Shuri gave him the ebony sword and she said, put it where it belongs. Because Namor was still alive and they were still hot about that. Atlantis flooding Wakanda. When Namor got cocky enough to admit that he was the one behind the Black Order attacking Wakanda, resulting in Shuri's near death, T'Challa took the ebony sword and put it in Namor's heart. Kicked him off the platform that the Illuminati were using during the excursion and left his ass on a planet to be blown up with that planet. Crazy how we talk about excursions. I'm not a nerd. I'm not a blerd. That's not in my title. But I do read. I am old, so I do know. What else prominently has Namor done besides take them two massive L's in the Marvel comics? During the excursion event, he had a run-in with Hyperion. And Hyperion remembered what Namor was responsible for doing during the excursions, i.e. blowing up planets. Hyperion beheaded Namor. I'm not knocking Namor. I just read comics. His individual comic books don't sell well at all. In comparison with T'Challa, they seem to don't know what they want to do with T'Challa, especially during this John Ridley run. Hottest piece of garbage I've seen in my life, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a video today on this whole John Ridley run. Marcus will have the video where we actually break down issue 7 of the Black Panther, The Long Shadow. If not today, tomorrow, and everything like that. I won't go into specifics, but what I will do is I will give a healthy run of this entire, I will give a healthy breakdown of this entire run. What was I at? Black Panther 2? Black Panther 2. When we go see these movies, we want these movies to represent the heroes that we fell in love with. We do. That's why we go see them. To the casual moviegoer, they don't give a damn. Hell, they don't have to because they don't know the stories. But anybody calling themselves a nerd or a blerd, well, hell, we don't have a choice but to know the story. That's how we got called nerds in the first place. That blerd thing, that's something that we just came up with that sounded cool. But to be a blerd, you must first be what? A nerd. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button. Folgers, if y'all ever need a spokesperson, man, come on, man. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.